America, land of the free, home of the brave, and tragically a nation wrestling with the pervasive issue of gun violence. It's a topic that ignites passionate debate, dividing communities and stalling progress. On one hand, the Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms, a right fiercely defended by many. On the other hand, the grim statistics of gun-related deaths and injuries, particularly mass shootings, fuel a desperate cry for stricter gun control. This essay delves into this complex issue, examining the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats associated with current gun safety laws in the United States. The debate over gun control isn't new, it's been simmering for decades. Historical context reminds us that gun ownership is deeply ingrained in the American psyche, often intertwined with concepts of self-reliance, freedom and protection. However, the evolution of firearms, coupled with a rise in mass shootings, has intensified calls for stricter regulations. This analysis aims to present a balanced view, acknowledging the concerns of both sides while highlighting the urgent need for solutions that prioritize public safety without infringing on constitutional rights. Despite the seemingly insurmountable challenges, the United States does have some existing strengths when it comes to gun safety laws. The most significant is the framework provided by federal laws enacted over the years. These include landmark legislation like the National Firearms Act of 1934, which imposed taxes on automatic weapons and sawed-off shotguns, and the Gun Control Act of 1968, which established licensing requirements for gun dealers and prohibited certain individuals, such as convicted felons, from owning firearms. Furthermore, the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act of 1993 mandated background checks on firearm purchases from licensed dealers, though private sales remain unregulated in many states. More recently, the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act of 2022 demonstrated a rare moment of bipartisan cooperation, enhancing background checks for young gun buyers and providing funding for mental health and school safety programs. These legislative efforts, though often met with resistance, form a foundation upon which further gun safety measures can be built. While the framework for gun safety exists, it's riddled with weaknesses that hinder its effectiveness. One glaring issue is the lack of consistent enforcement across states. The United States operates under a patchwork of state laws, resulting in a confusing and often contradictory system. For example, a gun owner in California, a state with stringent gun control laws, might face stricter regulations than someone in a state with more lax laws like Arizona. This inconsistency not only complicates enforcement but also facilitates interstate gun trafficking, where firearms are illegally transported from states with looser regulations to those with stricter ones. Another significant weakness is the powerful influence of gun lobby groups, who often oppose even modest gun control measures, citing Second Amendment rights. This opposition, coupled with the political polarization that plagues the nation, makes it incredibly difficult to pass comprehensive gun safety legislation at the federal level. Navigating the future of gun safety in America requires a careful examination of both opportunities and threats. One promising opportunity lies in technological advancements. Smart guns, for instance, incorporate technology that allows only authorized users to fire them, potentially preventing accidental shootings and unauthorized use. Similarly, advancements in microstamping technology could aid law enforcement in tracing bullets back to specific firearms, aiding in investigations. However, these technological advancements are not without their critics, who raise concerns about reliability, privacy, and the potential for hacking. Furthermore, the black market for firearms poses a significant threat, as criminals will always find ways to circumvent even the strictest regulations. Ultimately, addressing gun violence requires a multifaceted approach that goes beyond legislation. Investing in mental health resources, addressing the root causes of violence, and fostering a culture of responsible gun ownership are crucial steps in creating a safer America for all.